Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Lowry at Home. I'm your host, Naturalist Kirk. We're here every Monday morning at 10 a.m. bringing you some live stream content into your home, from our home to yours. I am inside today because it's a little bit of a kind of cold, rainy spring time morning out there. And that's one of the things that happens in the springtime. We get these kind of rainy days, but at least it's not snow, right? So we've got spring coming on. I can see out the window that there are leaves coming out. Everything's greening up. We've got birds coming back, migrating back to Minnesota. Birds are singing. We've got rain instead of snow. There's lots of great signs of spring. The wood ticks now being out is probably not one of those great signs of spring, but it is still a sign of spring. One of the other things you can look for in springtime is frogs and toads starting to do their calls. And Joe is going to do a presentation for us about those calls. So we can learn more about them. I'm going to swing things over to Joe. Take it away, Joe.
Hey everyone, Joe here. Now, spring is always an exciting time because it's a full sensory experience as the seasons change. You start to feel warmer outside, you can smell that fresh rain, you can start to see little flowers pop up, and obviously bits of green too. You can even start to hear some critters we haven't heard from in a really long time. And the ones I'm always excited to hear are amphibian friends, the frogs and toads. Now, last week I got to help out with a Minnesota frog and toad survey right here in Carver Park. And which in short, essentially I was going around to 10 different locations within the park and listening to frogs after sunset and then getting to record that data. So I wanted to give you a little mini lesson as to what it takes for you to test your frog listening skills. Now, luckily, not all the different species of frogs start singing at once. On this chart, you can see a general outline of when certain species start their breeding time and hence their singing. It's also important to note that not all of these species share the same area of Minnesota, so you're not going to hear them all in the same spot. But we're going to focus on 4 different species that I have heard so far here in Carver Park, and that's the wood frog, the chorus frog, the leopard frog, and the American toad. So we're going to listen to each of these species individually, and then I'll give you a little quiz. And know also that it's kind of hard to separate frog audio, so listen for the most dominant call in these clips, okay? So the first one is going to be our chorus frog, often described as a person running their thumb over a comb. Let's give it a listen. The second one is our wood frog, which sounds like quacking or the chattering inside of a busy restaurant. Let's take a listen. Our third amphibian friend is the leopard frog, which sort of sounds like a wet finger getting rubbed against a balloon there. Our fourth and final call is from an American toad, which is recognized for its impressively long trill. Take a listen. Okay, you think you have them down? Let's listen to this one audio clip and see if you can identify this species. Did you get leopard frog? Nicely done. If you didn't, don't worry about it. Just keep practicing. It takes a lot of effort to figure out all these different types of frogs. Okay. Now let's really put your listening skills to the test. With this audio, I want you to count how many different species there are, and if you're really good, even identifying them. How many did you get? Was it 3? Nicely done. And if you're really good, you were able to recognize the quacks of our wood frog, the comb chirps of our chorus frogs, and that one trill of a toad. Well, I hope you had fun listening to the frogs and the toads with me. Now be sure to keep your ears tuned in to the Wetlands Bayou or even here at Lowry for those spring singers. And also know that the Park District is always looking for interested volunteers to help out with these types of surveys. So, a couple of examples can include the frogs, the monarch larvae, and even bluebirds. So if any of that interests you, be sure to inquire. And I'll see you later, friends.
Thank you, Joe. That was great. I hope everyone had fun listening to all those different frog calls. It's so fun. It's one of my favorite things to hear those in the springtime. So like Joe said, do get out there, try to listen to those and learn more about them. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Lowry at Home again this week. We'll see you next week. And everybody, this is the only day it's supposed to rain this week. So get outside, have a lot of fun, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.